Welcome everybody on how to do the enzyme lab at home. So some things you want to have ready. You want to have your enzyme lab printed with the data tables that you're going to need to fill in. You could also have your computer, but remember your fingers might get a little livery and that might be gross, or you can have a recorder, someone who's willing to record in your house. Some other things you need are your clear cups. Now, ideally, you have 8 clear cups of the same size, but you definitely can reuse some cups if you don't have that already in your house. But clear, I think, is the key, so you can see it. You will also want to, I know it's disgusting, but it's full of enzymes, pre-cut your liver. And ideally your chunks are the same size and about 1 or 2 centimeters squared so that you can easily compare them. Okay, let's get started on the lab. First thing is we're just going to do liver and hydrogen peroxide. Just don't use too much hydrogen peroxide. Use about the same amount every time. You just want to cover the liver so that you don't run out. Okay, first one, liver and hydrogen peroxide. And you'll notice bubbles. And remember, your job is to give those bubbles a rating out of 5. So I'm not going to tell you what to put, but you put down your rating. So if we look at the data table here, it says gas is oxygen, and then you would write down your rate of reaction out of 5. Exo or endo, that's about the heat. But if you're not sure what that is, make sure you're reading the procedure so that you have an idea. Good. Okay, next one. You take the liquid product, so that's what's left of these bubbles, and you add it to fresh liver. And as you can see, the bubbles are less, and you will give yours a rating and write it down. And also, before I forget, don't forget you're making your own video. This is my video, but you're making your own video for marks. The last one for part A data is reused liver and fresh hydrogen peroxide. So I'm just going to dump out this hydrogen peroxide and add some more. And whoo, we got lots of bubbles again, which is what's supposed to happen. And so if we look at the data table, you're going to put a rate of reaction for this one out of 5. And then based on your results, you're going to tell me if the catalase is reusable or not. And remember, the catalase is the enzyme in the liver. Okay, on to some other things. So we're on part B, and we're trying to see what tissues contain catalase. So we've got apple, and we've got potato. So let's add on, and we'll see if apple has catalase. And then we're adding to potato, and we'll see if potato has catalase. There is a difference between the two that you may not be able to see in the video, but certainly they do not have the same amount of catalase as the liver, but you will notice one has slightly more bubbles than the other, and you'll want to record that in your data table. And also there's this question in italics: based on your observations, which tissues contain catalase? Do some contain more catalase than others? How can you tell? So do not forget to do all your questions in italics. All right, on to part C, which is what is the effect that temperature has on catalase activity. So we have our lovely boiled liver, and that's why I've got my kettle here, and